Come on up, Daniel Bryan! Come on, Daniel! Woo! And last but not least, please welcome Becky Lynch! Come on up here, Becky! One more round of applause, guys! Big stars of WWE! Or you know what? Let's do two on the couch and one over there, and I'll sit in this little chair here, and we can have like a little therapy session. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Someone likes that idea. I'm glad you like that idea. First of all, you guys, welcome to San Antonio. Thank you for coming. I know you guys are all incredibly busy. There's a lot to cover. We only have a half hour, so we're going to try to get right to it. And Daniel, let me start with you. We thought we lost you as a wrestler, like that the injury and Finn, you think that's funny? He is the troublemaker. You told the truth.
I am nothing if not a truth teller. For those of you who don't know, and yes, I did come back from injury. I do not need your applause.
You guys are the brownie ones. I see where this is going.
Listen, I don't know if any of you idiots know this. I killed the Yes Movement months ago. I am on a greater mission now to save the planet for your children. That's why I worked so hard to come back from injury. Jeez. Show a little respect.
I love it. I love it. What is it though, like coming back from injury and now you have to really, I mean, you guys put yourselves out there physically every time you walk into the ring, and how do you manage that with, you know, kind of like preserving your body in a way?
I don't worry about preserving my body. My body is not the most important thing about me. The most important thing about me is my brain. And if any of you have noticed, my brain compared to the rest of you, my brain is on fire. You can talk to me about anything. You can talk to me about anything. And I can set your brains on fire because I am passionate about what I do, I'm intelligent about what I do, and I care about what I do.
You said I was a wild card. Holy cow.
I mean, you know, all right, Becky, you're the man. You're awesome. First of all, show everyone your shoes. Your shoes are so kick-ass. Look at this. Can we zoom in on those there? Those are so awesome. Tell me, how did you get into this business to begin with?
I wasn't sure what that chant was. Could you say it again? Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. I love too. How I got into this business was I failed PE, and then this man right next to me was opening a school in Bray, County Wicklow. So I went along and was god awful. I was so bad, but
She wasn't that bad.
Come on.
You weren't that bad.
Come on, I was.
No, Finn, tell us about the early, you know, pre the band. What was it like to have Becky walk in and train her?
All joking aside, I think when Becky walked into the school, first of all, she lied about her age because you had to be 16 to train at the school, and I think you were maybe 14, 15? 15, and she was in like these baggy tracksuit bottoms, baggy hoodie, all messy and dirty looking. But somehow she still had this aura of a star, and like she shone brighter than all the other like 50 fellas that were there training. She was the only girl, and she stood out from day one. And I don't think anyone at that school was under any impression that she was not going to make it, because we all believed in her. I think she's proved everyone right.
Well, you are awesome, and I'm so happy that you've come to San Antonio. You know, Finn, what everybody here, lots of young kids growing up, you know, they're idolizing you. Who did you grow up watching in the wrestling arena that you sort of idolized, and what attracted you to that?
Growing up, obviously, I would have admired Shawn Michaels as a wrestler. But then, as I got a little bit older, I think the one person who made me believe in myself and believe that I could be a professional wrestler was 1-2-3 Kid or X-Pac.
And how do you guys create, you all obviously have your finishes, your signature moves. How do you create those? Like, does it happen in the gym? Is it part inspiration during a match? Like, what's the inspiration, I guess?
I think for me it's necessity or accessibility. It's something that you can grab a hold of quickly and end a match at any time. And it's what's going to be the most impactful.
For me, it was a case of trial and error, really, and failing and failing and failing until you succeed.
What were some of the early moves or attempts that don't live anymore?
I remember one time very early in my career, I tried to shooting star press and I just ate the dirt.
Daniel, anything stick out for you?
These questions. Listen,
They're so hard pressing.
listen, I was doing a lot of no-gi grappling, some very competitive grappling, and I was catching people in a shoulder lock called an omoplata, which a lot of people don't know because you're pretty ignorant about how the world works, how the body works. But part of the omoplata, the escape, is rolling through. And so how do you stop somebody from rolling through is you grab a face lock. So the hold that I do now, called the label lock, is a shoulder lock with a face lock that I use because I'm better at it than anybody else.
And I believe you. I believe you. All right, we're going to open it up to questions since we have limited time, and I know you guys are excited to talk to them. There's 2 mics, so if you have a question, head over to one of the mics. We'll get through as many as possible. And while they're getting themselves sort of organized, everybody in here is WWE fans. Everybody's fans of you guys. What do you guys geek out about? What are you passionate about? What are you doing in your free time?
I'm really into science fiction and space and astronauts.
That's awesome. This year's 50 years since we went to the moon.
Well, I used to say that if I was given like a one-way ticket on a space mission into outer space, that I would take it. But the older I get and maybe the more attached I get to Earth, the less likely I am to take that.
Unless you want to shoot yourself in a rocket. Becky, what do you love?
I love Pearl Jam and chocolate, dark chocolate over 70%, and CrossFit.
And we know your passion, saving the planet, educating people.
I love space, and I love dark chocolate.
It's the best, dude. It's the best.
And I love getting shoes with my name printed on them, and I like telling people to chant for my, nice shoes. And no, that's not what I'm passionate about. Have any of you read Noam Chomsky? I mean, come on, jeez.
Hi, we're going to start right over here. Hi, how are you?
Hi there. First of all, I just want to say that you guys are great and we love you guys, not just because of your characters and your wrestling and your promos, but because you guys are so inspirational. Like, you guys have inspired me, and I know you guys have inspired a lot of people here. My question is for the planet's champion, Mr. Bryan. You famously, when you graduated from high school, you drove down to San Antonio to join Shawn Michaels' wrestling school. What do you remember about that time? What part of town did you live in? And what memories do you have of San Antonio that are sort of invoked whenever you come back?
Do you know what I remember about San Antonio? Because I remember the first night I got here, having to sleep in my car and being scared to death because everybody was honking their horns incessantly. Honk, 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 at 11 p.m. at night. And it's 1999 and it's June. And do you know why? All of you...
The Spurs had just won their first championship when you got to San Antonio?
Yes. Basketball. Who cares about basketball? And all of you idiots are honking your horns. That's what I remember about San Antonio.
Thank you for that. Hi. Go ahead, it'll start.
Okay. Lifelong WWE fan. My question is, Finn, thank you for your support of the LGBT community. Did you have any fear in so publicly doing that?
You know, a lot of people raise concerns about whether or not I should do this and whether I would alienate myself from certain demographics of fans who would be against that. And my reply was very simple, is if people think that way and are against what I believe in, then I don't want to be involved with them and I don't need them as fans. So I really believe in standing up for what you believe in, speaking what you believe, and supporting the LGBT community is something that I believe in.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I have a question, actually two, for all of you. If you could change something in the wrestling industry currently, what would it be? And what's your favorite current superstar other than yourself?
We can start with that second one. Favorite?
I'm going to start with both questions. Okay, the thing that I want to change is we need to reduce the waste that the WWE consumes. Even these two superstars are consuming massive amounts of bottled water, which is completely unnecessary. You could just have a reusable water like I do, which filters the water. And by far, the best superstar in WWE besides me is clearly Rowan. Don't boo, Rowan.
Ooh, this is a little bit of a controversial statement, but I guess if I could change one thing about the wrestling industry, I would open its borders and let talent wrestle for any promotion in the world. And probably my favorite superstar right now would be Seth Rollins.
Becky?
Yes, mine too. So if I could change anything, maybe I'd like to see a little bit more consistency. I think things can start to take off and drop off, and then it gets confusing and muddled and things like that. So I'd like to see more consistency. I would like to see women earn their spots to face the champ. I don't take kindly to the fact that somebody can come in and have two matches and all of a sudden be facing the champ. But I will beat her again next time we meet.
All right, thank you. Hi.
Hi. This one's for Daniel. Can you help me put recycling trash cans in my school's classrooms?
So, here's a problem. A lot of people expect other people to do things for them. Do you know who Greta Thunberg is? She's 16 years old. Where's she from? Finland? She's from Finland. She's 16 years old. She speaks at World Summit meetings on climate change and about how to change things. You are of an age where you can start protests. You can make change. If you want recycling bins in your school, you have to be the one to do it.
That's great advice. And I believe in you. You can do it. Hi.
Hello. First of all, I would like to thank y'all for coming here. It's awesome to see you guys here. Finn talked about opening the borders between promotions. So my question is, if you had a chance to wrestle anybody outside the WWE, who would that wrestler be?
That's an interesting question. Any of you guys thought about that?
Okay, I guess I'll answer that question. If I could choose anybody to wrestle outside of WWE, I would wrestle Bryan Danielson because he is by far better than anybody else out there by a degree of magnitude, if you know what that means. That means by square rooting. It's the similar as how we judge earthquakes as far as a 6.9 is a magnitude greater than 6.8. That's the difference between Bryan Danielson and any other wannabe wrestler like Kenny Omega or the Young Bucks or Cody Rhodes or anybody else out there. He is an order of magnitude better.
All right, thank you. Hi. It's okay, go ahead.
This question is for Finn Bálor. Which one do you prefer, demon or your regular self?
That's a hard question. Obviously, it's very difficult to enter demon mode every day, but I'm definitely very attached to Finn Bálor right now, and I believe that the Bálor Club for everyone and what it stands for is a very important message, and sometimes that's more important than becoming a demon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hey, welcome to Texas, y'all. Also, my question is basically, if you could take on any opponent, past or present, if we had the ability to go get a time machine, get anyone from the past, who would you take on and what type of match would it be?
So now we're warping time for this one. Okay.
I would love to face Dynamite Kid.
I'd love to face Tiger Mask.
Great choice.
I would love to fight George Washington.
The buy rate would be through the roof for that.
Thank you. Great question. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, this question is for the man, Becky Lynch. As someone who was raised by strong women, it's been really cool to see the women's evolution grow so much. If you could describe what it was like behind the curtain after that match, after you won the SmackDown and Raw Women's Championship, I would just like to know what you were feeling and what that was like.
Yeah, it was kind of almost hard to put into words because everybody tells you, soak it in, soak it in, soak it in, soak in the moment. And so while I was doing that, I was like, am I soaking it in enough? Because it's daunting because it's one thing to go after your goals and then once you've achieved them, it's almost overwhelming and it's hard to process. So I think I was trying to figure that out, but also I was trying to find where my mother was because I couldn't find her, and this was one of her first times seeing me wrestle and coming to America, and I thought she was going to be up the front and I couldn't find her, so I was just like, where's my mom? For me it was a moment because she didn't want me doing this, and once she accepted it and saw how far I could go, it had a special personal meaning for me.
Thank you. Becky, when did you first realize that this was absolutely huge? Like, was it when you went to Finn's training school? Was it, was there a certain match where you're like, oh my, this is a huge fandom?
No, I don't even think about it as that because it's just about doing the work and you kind of don't think about the outside, just how that affects the change. You want it to, but you're so focused on the task at hand and constantly improving and getting better that I don't think I've sat back to absorb what it's actually meant.
Yeah. Hi.
This one's for Finn Bálor. So you are known for your demon-like, and Prince David, of course, in Japan. How did you first start being like the demon and everything?
The first idea was when I was wrestling as a heel character in New Japan, and I wanted to take away everything that people associated visually with the Prince David character. And the first idea was to look like a shadow on the ring and paint myself head to toe in black. And so it looked like, for example, if Daniel was my opponent, that he would be wrestling a shadow. And that was kind of the infancy of the design, the idea. And then the closer we got to the big show that we debuted at, it kind of morphed into what is now the demon character.
Thank you. Did you have another question? Go ahead.
not really a question, but for Daniel, stay strong for Washington. Amazing.
Thank you. Hi, buddy.
I've got a question for Finn Balor. Where is the demon?
I'm not going to sleep until SummerSlam.
My son loves y'all guys.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi.
My question is for all three of you. Who are you looking forward to facing from NXT when they come up?
Do you guys have any opponents that you're looking forward to going against in the next year or so?
A long time ago, I got a chance to get in the ring with Adam Cole, and he was one of the best performers I've been in the ring with. So I'm really excited for him to come up to SmackDown.
I'm wondering if I slap the head off Shayna Baszler, will Ronda Rousey come back and face me one-on-one finally?
I just look at the NXT roster and I just wish they were all better.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi.
Good afternoon. My name's Natalie, and my question was, who's your favorite superhero? And for Daniel Bryan, when are you gonna post the next book club pick?
All right. Favorite superhero? That's one. It can be Marvel.
Superhero for me would be Batman.
Batman.
I was gonna say Batman.
You can still say Batman.
I suppose it's Batman.
I have no interest in fictional characters. These drawn cartoons who go and pretend to save the world. I'm more interested in really saving the world. I have actually just recently done another book club with somebody else named Jimmy Jacobs, covering a book called The 5 a.m. Club, and that will be released soon.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I just wanted to know what has been y'all's favorite matches so far?
Favorite matches of your career?
Mine was the last woman standing against Charlotte.
Mine was the NXT title match against Samoa Joe, where I actually lost the title.
Finn loves losing. My favorite fight is the fight against ignorance that I fight every single day, which I appear to be fighting very heavily today.
Quit looking in the mirror, then.
Oh.
Quit looking in the mirror, then. Listen, it's that kind of ignorance that I'm trying to fight. Clearly, I'm the most intelligent person in the room. And so the ignorance that I'm trying to fight is all out there. There's some ignorance over there. Lots of ignorance over there. So yeah.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. For Becky Lynch, what would you like to see for the future of the women's movement in the WWE?
Consistency and I want it to get to the point where, so I'm constantly asked, oh, so what's next for the women? And I kind of just want that to be not the thing, because nobody's asking that for the guys. I just want it to be equal, and that we can transition seamlessly between men's matches, women's matches, and we can main event whatever it is that we're main eventing, if it makes sense to main event, whether it's a Survivor Series, whether it's a Royal Rumble, whether it's a SummerSlam, WrestleMania, if it makes sense and the match is good and the storyline's good, and it's not, we're not, first time ever, this is making history anymore, that it's just consistent, people are invested, we've got great wrestling matches, great people that people are invested in.
Thank you. That's so true. It's just to take the gender out of the conversation a little bit.
Basically,
yeah. Hi.
My question's for Finn. At WrestleMania 35, you went on second to last, if I recall. When that was over, considering the hand that you had in this young lady's development, as you sat back there to watch her main event, WrestleMania, and win, What were you thinking at that time? And for Becky, real quick, you saw Fertile afterwards. Your feelings?
I think it was a very emotional night for everyone, for a lot of reasons. Obviously, it was incredible just to sit back and watch and see how far she's came, but to see how far wrestling has came in the last 20 years as well was just I think it was a moment that changed the industry forever, and I was just happy to be a spectator like all you guys.
And I wouldn't have been doing any of it if it wasn't for him, so it meant the world that we were both walking in as champs that night.
Thank you. And we have time for just 2 more questions, so we'll go over here. Hi.
This one's for Becky from me and the Diehards Only Club. I just want to know why you were making fun of my shirt earlier.
I wasn't making fun of it. I like it.
I like it. I think it's awesome. Thank you. All right, and our last question. Hi.
Hi, this is for Finn. First of all, I enjoyed watching you in Corpse Christi when you debuted as a demon in WWE. But my question for you is, what advice would you give someone who wants to become a WWE superstar?
I think obviously it's very important to find a wrestling school, but don't stop there and don't take one person's opinion as gospel. Travel as much as you can, learn from as many different people as you can, absorb as much of this business as you can from different people, and just enjoy it.
Thank you, and good luck to you. All right, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know you guys are so busy. Did you guys have fun? Please give one more big round of applause.